character I chose for my monologue is Virgil Kelly from the novel Indian Horse by Richard Wegevis. The point of my novel I chose is when Saul is in Toronto playing for the Marlies and things start to go bad for him. Virgil is aware of this by watching his hockey game on the TV at home. So I chose Virgil because after reading this novel, it appeared to me that Virgil and Saul had a brotherly connection that wasn't much portrayed throughout the novel. Therefore, I chose Virgil and wanted to show how he was worried about Saul. I chose this particular point in the novel because as the novel is written in Saul's perspective, we only know what is going on in his own mind when he's in Toronto playing for the Marlies. Choosing Virgil, I wanted to put a different perspective on the situation. I also chose this particular point because this is where the conflict reaches its peak. It is from that moment that Saul started to feel horrible and his identity was washed out. So in my opinion, monologues are actually best written when they are in the middle of the peak of the conflict. Therefore, it gives me the opportunity to be more expressive. So at the beginning, I'm sitting at the TV and watching Saul play one of his games. I turn the TV off very aggressively and throw the TV remote away. So this supports the interpretation of my character because it sets off his mood, showing that he is stressed and very worried for Saul. This attitude stays with Virgil throughout my whole monologue, so it's important to make it into a strong interpretation at the beginning. Virgil will also begin pacing halfway through the monologue, so this interprets Virgil in the monologue because it demonstrates that he's stressing and is trying to figure out a solution to the problem, but is horribly struggling. So I'm going to be wearing a casual outfit in this because Virgil is simply at home during the scene watching TV relaxing, and I'm going to have a beer with me as a prop because the reason of his regular clothing, he's just at home relaxing, and also it kind of just demonstrates the whole Indian stereotypes of drinking. And then at the end of my monologue, Virgil fails, well, I guess you could say, and he sits back down on the couch, all panicked, and puts his face in his hands. And so this action demonstrates that he's worried for Saul and now he feels responsible for everything. So in my monologue, Virgil actually does not solve the conflict as he feels it's too late. So this action supports the interpretation of Virgil because through his emotions, it's evident how he feels so horrible. And so the setting of my monologue is actually going to be in my family room, which is also known as Kelly's family room. So I chose the family room because it's a common room where you'll find a TV. And as Virgil is watching Saul play, it makes sense for him to be in a TV in a family room. In my monologue, the conflict that Virgil is trying to resolve is attempting to help Saul through misfortune. So Saul is getting discriminated by everyone in Toronto, which is resulting in him playing worse, and Virgil is very stressed about that. He feels responsible for everything bad happening in Saul's life. He feels really bad and is describing how he believed that he ruined Saul's life. So at a point, he seems confident in attempts to find a solution to the conflict. Then he gives up and goes back to being stressed and accepts the fact that there's nothing he can do now to change the situation. So the main feeling that Virgil's going to be feeling in my monologue is actually failure. The chorus question that addresses to my monologue is, how is our identity shaped? So over the course of my monologue, Virgil is describing how Saul is changing and how he's playing differently, how we can't even recognize him on the ice. This is because while in Toronto, Saul's identity is changing. He also has no one to lean on, therefore becomes an isolated individual. Virgil describes how Saul used to play hockey simply for the love of the sport. Now he plays hockey to get his anger out and hits other players on the ice. So it is shown through Virgil's words and actions how Saul is becoming an all-around different person. So his identity is pretty much getting washed out, getting replaced by another identity. I know. I'm the one who pushed him. I'm the one who convinced him to leave. I'm the one that told him that he will make it. I thought I was really doing the right thing. I thought by pushing him to go play in the big league, there would be no stupid white people laughing at him in the stands. Or tripping on the ice. Well, I guess I was wrong. It's all my fault. If I hadn't pushed him to go play for the Marlies, he would have been happy here. He would have had the boys, my mom, my dad, me. I bet there he feels so lonely. He has to take all that hatred by himself and no one there to lean on. Looking at his hockey games on the TV, I can't even recognize Saul. It's like he's a whole new person. He fights on the ice, and I think he sits more in the penalty box than he skates. It's crazy how those stupid white people can simply change someone. Saul was always hardworking on and off the ice, And when I told him to fight, he never did. He never did because unlike me, he knew that hockey was about the net, the puck, the speed, the stick, that feeling in your gut, that amazing feeling in your gut that's telling you that you play this game because you love it. Not because the fighting. So I guess it's also my fault that he began to fight. I'm the reason why he's changing. Maybe I can catch a bus to Toronto and go get him, or I don't know. What if he gets even more mad at me if I come? But I could buy him a bus ticket, mail it to him, and see if he wants to come back. What if he takes it as a sign like I don't believe in him? Because I do. I do believe in him. I swear that if I knew this was going to happen, I would have never let him leave. I would have never pushed him. I would have never put him on the bus. I would have never let that stupid bus leave. God damn it, why can't I just go back in time and change this? Change the fact that I ruined Saul's life. I ruined Saul's life. And there's no going back now.